Hi, Joe Cerrone. Welcome to CAD 136, Advanced AutoCAD for Interior Design, and our weekly Zoom classroom meeting. Alrighty, so as we take a look at our upcoming events, Module 3 is due on the 12th, and so that's going to be on Sunday, and that's the last class before spring break. And so we'll put in the splash page that next week there will be no Zoom classroom meeting due to spring break. And as we look at how things are working out, students are doing well. They're completing the assignments. I'm going to view this as a student here. If we go under the content section, we've released Module 4, and Module 4 is going to be a module where students start to learn how to place three-dimensional objects and then place those three-dimensional objects in coordination with each other. In other words, like an assembly where we would put this lamp on top of the table next to the couch. And so that information is taken from the textbook. And the author of the textbook made the assignments so that the dimensions weren't necessarily on every print. And so we recommend that you purchase an architectural scale. I gave a link to Amazon here for one. They're $7, and we can scale any dimensions off of the drawing using our architectural scale. And we'll put some videos in there on how to do that. I've got to get to that a little bit. But as we start to work on these different elements, we'll be working with architectural scales. The actual instructions are right here, and so if we look at the PDF, draw a solid model of the lamp table shown in this figure below. Scale the top front views using a 1 inch equals a foot to obtain the correct measurements. And so as we look at this drawing, you can print this out and measure it and get the approximate dimensions with your architectural scale. If they're not perfect, it's just fine. We use the revolve command on the table pedestal to revolve that pedestal, and then we'll use our solid modeling techniques to create the drawing of the pedestal table. And then we'll just add it to the print. Here's another drawing from chapter 14 of the table lamp, and so we'll model the lamp based on these dimensions. On this one they have all the dimensions, so you don't necessarily have to use I guess they say that you have 1 or 2 dimensions that might be missing. It doesn't have to be like critical as far as the shape of the lamp, and so you don't have to go in and make it perfect. It's just a lamp, but they've given us the overall height of the lamp and the width, and then the elements like the shade size and the location for that. And so we'll model the lamp, put it on the table, and then we'll create a drawing of the couch, the lamp, and the table. And our plan is to bring this into Module 5, where we'll continue to model more of the furniture, and then as we look at the instructions in chapter 13, toward the end, and Al and I are just working out some of the details on this before we post it, but we're still far enough in advance that we don't have to worry too much, where we'd be able to take those different models. And so here is our, there we are, tenant space reception seating area. For those of you who took the class last year, we used a different book, and what they've done is they've created the seating area like in a doctor's office, or I think it kind of looks to me like a mortgage office for the tenant space drawing within the textbook. And we'll make this coffee table and then these other elements for the couch, and we'll model that, and we'll make the chair isometric or the chair detail bonus. And we're creating these drawings in 3D. And so once we've done that, then we're going to start to create a floor plan like we have from the log cabin or from the bank, and then we'll start inserting those into that to have kind of a final floor plan drawing that's modeled with three-dimensional furniture and other things like elevations, kind of like this right here. And so that's the direction that the course is heading at this point right now. If we go back to the main splash page, we've got modules 1, 2, and 3 released. And so here's our module 1, where we modeled the monitor and the tabletop. Module 2, where we modeled the chair. And then 3, where we did another table and a couch. And then 4 has just been released today, where we're starting to assemble those different elements. And then 5, we're going to add a few more pieces of furniture before we go through and start to add the overall floor plan. With that, next week is spring break. I'll make sure that all the videos are up to date. Take the week off, and then when we come back, we'll start to put everything together into a large assembly for a nice portfolio drawing of three-dimensional furniture within a floor plan. With that, I'm going to stop the recording and open things up for questions.